Hello everybody, welcome back to episode 151 of my Let's Play of Tyranny. How do you say the name of the game? I'm IVATOPia, and we're having a little chat with I'll use the word loosely, our old friend Ricky, whatever his name is. He's basically an annoying idiot, but okay. See what we have to say. Okay, did you seek the trade of war, or did it find you? Both, I suppose. I knew fighting was in my blood, and this favour offered me a chance to use my skill to bring peace. Otherwise, I would have wound up some brigade or enforcer to a crooked merchant. But taps this, grab looking away in full. Wasn't he the brother of her or something? I can't remember. Oh, here we come. You think Ash and his legion bring peace? That's cute, but it doesn't hold water from where I'm standing, big guy. I've seen them spill as much blood as any cursed gang. You've clearly been too busy sacking villages and stealing crops to notice how a proper army conducts a war. We saw order, not discord. This has a point. This favour could recognise their approach. His right skull is too chaotic to recognise order. You two are worse than Ash and the voices. Stop this at once. This is right. Getting favour, Barak. Perhaps you need a few lessons in military strategy then. Battles can be won by hurling troops into the furnace, but war is a labour of love. Love, I tell you, labour of love. There's his favour needed recruits in anticipation of the march south. They offered to care for my mother and brother as long as I stayed with their legion, which is a better guarantee than you'll find anywhere else. I was a elite fighter as far as most were concerned, though still green by disfavoured standards. Luckily for everyone, my skills improved under the Iron Marshal's rigorous training. Tell me about your name. You have no right to such information. Only a true friend or an ally to the Legion has any claim to my informal speech. Wow. And you wonder why I don't like you very much. It's a story with your armour.
It is a symbol of Kairos' will, one that I am not likely to forget. I found this armor. Perhaps it would be better to say that it found me during the Edict of Storms.
An edict. I proclaim the edict. Where were you when it struck? Protection. You handle your own repairs? I was in the field, even though I knew that the people of Starland would receive no warning. Duty compelled me to march on the stronghold in the heart of the realm. There was important work left unfinished. Our march was a hasty one. A cohort of disfavoured soldiers vanished in the second year of the war. Among them, the daughter of Karanashis. After a long silence, we learned that she was held in the fortress centre stand. Go back to you, please. Go on. As we surrounded the citadel, I heard the opening peals of thunder, as did the scouts. I was busy trying to kill. Then the winds hit like an avalanche. Many of us begged Karas for deliverance. What else were we to do? The winds knocked the legs of our offensive out from under us. Our fence out from under us. All the decorated soldiers I brought to the battle were swept up and dashed to pieces, their armour and bodies mixing with the dirt of a tornado that spun in the Mattering Revolutions. Damn thing chose this moment to go dry, and with so few survivors to recount the edict. Bah! Loris shakes his quill and presses it harder against the scrape of parchment, employing it to write. Oh, he's all writing a story down. A piece of the citadel wall broke off and nearly crushed my skull. I only remembered a few scattered moments from the storm, like the flying bits of bronze and iron cutting my flesh, the severed limbs of fallen soldiers tumbling through the air. Eventually I woke up, thinking myself trapped under the rubble. When I rose and felt like I was buckling under my own weight, that's when I realised I was struck. Right and truly struck. Inside the heap of scrap. Oh, stuck even. That makes more sense. I was going to say struck. Doesn't make sense. Stuck does. That was when I realised I was stuck. Right and truly stuck. Inside this heap of scrap. Scrap, not crap. Scrap. Oh, caramba. Words not working with me today. As I was stuck. Right and truly stuck. Inside this heap of crap. Oh, I'm crying out loud. Scrap. 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 Crap. Start again. Calm it down. Breathe. I realised I was stuck, right and truly stuck, inside this heap of scrap. Voila, there. You know, it does look a piece of crap to me, but that's beside the point. I was trying to say scrap. Looks like pretty solid protection. This would be an understatement. If only it protected me from foolish questions. He's a right jerk. Real jerk. Barker regards you in such a way that you can tell he's rolling his eyes. No sign escapes his helmet. Forloon. Do you handle your own repairs? I try to keep the surface oiled to slow the spreading rust, and I bend the plates from time to time. Repairs maintenance, no. If you have any ideas of how to better maintain this situation, I'm open discussion. Well, if you bend them, I can just kick you off the spire and see how they bend with on impact. It might work out good for you, it might work out bad for you. 50-50, really. Do you want to try it? Back to my question about you. By all means, fifth bender. As with all disfavored, I assume you grew up in the Northern Empire. That's right, I grew up in Battle's Rest. Then trained at Fort Resolution before they marched me out to support the Second Cohort. I hope to spend my lusting years in fritted shores, unless of course I die in glorious battle, which would be preferable. Again, be kicking you off this spire. 50-50 chance you might die. Is it glorious battle? Well, the kick was from the Faithbinder, so I could tell people you were in glorious battle with me as you died. I could just tell them I just kicked you off. Again, 50-50. I'm decided. Do you want to try it? I guess not. Okay. My mother is good with the soil. My father with wing. Oh, for crying out loud! What? Seriously, we're all my words today in this episode. My mother is good with the soil. My father with rings, not the W, rings. He spends much of his time away on one merchant's errand or another. Still, I'm lucky to say they're both alive. Lucky, but not always proud. When this war's over, I will have some very direct words with my father about his habits abroad. Let's speak of something else. As you like. Suit up, Barak. We're leaving. Now, tell me about this favourite. Ironclad. The massive beast woman hacks and spits at the ground. Come, tell beast woman all about lumbering prey that bleeds rivers, but still defies death twice and 3 times from beast woman's killing claws. She's just salivating at this. Are you truly interested in learning about our units of courage, our history, or is this just some ploy to find out weaknesses? You will learn no tactical advantages that you could feed your ravenous master. I promise that. We are the Iron Legion, the warrior elite of Karos, fighting force. I could easily lose count of the hours extolling our glories. What is it you like to know? Oh, am I so full of myself? Have you fought in any notable battles? He's gonna battles? Of course I have. I just said it's glory. Is he like he's falling over? Looks like she's tripping. I just realised. Oh, it's actually his leg. But the way if you glance, it looks like she's just tripped him. I served as Starlet for the better part of a year. Faced the enemy everywhere, from Curran Ruin to Central Stand. I lost count of the battles. Seems like we fought every other day. A sigh echoes in the caravan around. What have you done recently? Nothing, just sit my towels. Some of our best victories took place there, fighting an enemy worthy of our iron, but we were not successful enough to please the Overlord, and the final intervention was harsh on us all. Bark takes in a deep breath, his arms folding as a posture, stiffens. I had an unusual view of the Edict of Storms. Karen's judgment left its mark on me, yet considering how we fought at Starwood, with the skill and honour of legend, only the Edict is remembered. A shame. Tell me about Caranash. Is the oldest of ironclads. Is fat alpha with grey fur, yep, leave pain away to protect pack. Barking glares at killing shadows. Caranash. Graven Ash is the general of his favourite, veteran of the centuries of battle, and an Urkran without peer. I would follow him into the void and back without question. Buck swings his arm in salute. How did you come to serve Karasan? For the uniting of the Northern Empire, Caranash served as a warlord in the service of one of the local kings that defiled Karasa's rule. Incredible as it may seem, Ash stood against Karasa's rule. Though his army was dismantled by Karos' overwhelming numbers, Ash forces performed admirable. It was said that he and his troops claimed 70 70 and 7 lives for each of us their own. Huh? 70 and 7. What? His troops claim 70 and 7. Okay, I don't want to get what he's trying to say there, but okay. It's only be 77, but with the and thrown in the middle. 70 and 7? I guess that makes 77. Just a weird way of writing it. Ezra took an interest in the military genius that blooded his army. Carbon Ash was summoned to a conclave of Archines, and through he was when he sent in change. He left as an Archine, having been granted a position of power in Karasun's great host of war. Thus disfavored were born. All of us today trace our line back to those warriors that impressed Karas with their will and tenacity. The only difference is now we fight on the winning side. What, me? Thank you very much. Though the general seldom speaks of it, I know that Ash humbled himself in order to spare his troops the brunt of Karas' punishment. His loyalty to the old blood of the North is beyond question. He made the right choice to save his troops, so Ash bent his knee to a conqueror. He made the ultimate sacrifice to spare the Legion. He put his loyalty ahead of his pride. There is no greater honour, and I will not hear otherwise from the likes of you. Barker leans forward and glares through the darkness of his helmet. A groan of bending metal results in the silence between you. Wow. Again, my offer kicking you off the edge still applies. Still there, still on the table. Like you to take it. What else do you know of his past? I follow him into battle. I am not his personal scribe, and if I know more of him, it would not be my place to say. Bax takes a half step back, folding his arms across his chest. What magic does he wield? Ash works his magic through us, his soldiers. When we do battle, Ash seems to know the events, even before our runners have given word. Most importantly, though he protects us, it's a bit tricky to explain unless you've experienced it. I can think of countless times I've been struck by a spear or hit with an axe and even run through with an arrow, and in each of these moments the pain and injury just cease to be. None of us know how he does it, or how he can sense that we're in danger and intervene from afar, but I suppose that's why he's an Archine. What he does probably wouldn't make sense to someone like me. How do you feel about Graven Ash? How do I feel about him? Archine Ash is the bravest, warmest, most compassionate general who ever lived. He's a living icon of leadership and courage. Talk about fanboying out. Baraka tilts his head slightly aside as far as the suit's limited range of motion permits. Ash is a soldier, but he doesn't kill the spot. A leader, but he doesn't issue commands to hear himself talk. He demands discipline and sober conduct. His troops, and I applaud such standards. Back to my question about this favourite. Go on, I'm listening. What can you tell me about your time in the Legion? They have been the finest in all my life. Were you a friend to the Legion, no doubt you would find them of interest, more the pity. Wow. What's of the other disfavoured lieutenants? If you only want to know which of our leaders are the weakest or the most corruptible, tell your Archane of secrets that I will allow no such scrutiny from the likes of you. I can remember this guy, and he's supposed to be an ally. Like, no wonder his groups... As disrespectful as he is, no wonder they're so sucky. Why didn't the Legion prevent the uprising of Ventrell? I think that's a question you ought to ask of the Scarlet Chorus. They too were charged with assuring the locals remain vanquished and unarmed. Barkis lunges forward as he speaks, iron plates grizzling under his mouth. David and Karas elite, the duty was theirs to fail. As elite. Karas had conscripted more aggressively, perhaps they would not have been an uprising. I would say vendors are really the only guilty party. It was their rebellion after all. Upset him. I see, IVATOPIA. So the incompetence of the Karas shields them from blame. This sounds like that sort of law Tornan would teach his faithbinders. From where I'm standing, Metal Man, you're the only one still defending this favoured. If you took a moment to own up to your Legion's shortcomings, that would go a long way towards making them stronger. If you tell him this. What more can you tell me about the Legion? The disfavoured accepts only the finest work. Then why the hell are you in it? That kind of goes out the window, what they just stated, but okay, carry on. We are all volunteers and soldiers by trade, not farmers and fishmongers pressed into service. I can tell, I thought you were pressed into that armour. You there? There is a century of tradition, honour and technical mastery in our ranks. We don't let us, well, just anyone into the Legion. Again, you're in the only Northermen of character. Only Northermen? Is that a bit racist? Don't let South in there. Don't let the West, East. Or maybe some people live underground, in the sky. You think about that, did you? Did you? Of character and powers are welcome. Okay, and powers. Again, why are you in there? I guess you're the Northern part. What if a capable Tisman wish to join? What about me? What if I wish to join? Every time you cross this favored, you strengthen the Scarlet Chorus. Even if we didn't have strict regulations governing enlistment, I wouldn't even recommend you to Ash. As far as he's concerned, you're a harmful sin. Wow. Yeah, you're supposed to. You're here to be my ally. Wow. So why is the Legion called disfavored? Are you just called prey? Or just called prey to kills in shadows. She snorts and splits her paws in a wide fang bearing grin. That's good. And with that little zinger, thanks to Kill the Shadows, we're going to end the episode here. So please like, please subscribe, please tune in next time, and have a great wonderful day out there. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and share this video. See you next week. Bye.